Alright guys, here we are. We're doing the spreadsheet for Warner Order, the recruiting one. This is probably the second one I've recorded, second one overall that I recorded. I will be linking the video that I just did to this so you can compare what we were talking about in the video. Okay? So this is the recruiting one is probably the easiest one to do. Okay, so up here you're gonna have the name of the account. That's pretty much it. And as you can see, I already saved the project as recruiting, and I put today's date. Well, today's current date is 5/16. Okay. Then over here, we are going to have a few different things. Now, I'm just going to copy and paste this from the other spreadsheet over to here. But pretty much, you're going to have recruit, soldiers, and points. Alright? The points are based on this type of soldier you can recruit. So, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, all the way up, all the way up to level, it looks like level 13, okay? Now, this is just a general thing. So, this is not basically where the calculation is happening. This is just so, okay, if for some reason later on down the road I get better recruiting stages, then you'll have the points. So, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 4, this will be 7, this will be 12, this will be 20, this will be 30, this will be 30, this should be 42. This will be 70. This is 96. This is 120. This is 150. And this is 190. So this is how many points you would get for each time you recruit. Okay. Now, the next thing is the the goodies. So wait over here. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go right here. So then over here, we're gonna have how many times. So like basically, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You got it right. This is how many we were gonna recruit. This is the soldier. So again, today's episode we did level 8s, and we did 1,000, and we did 5, and then we found out we can do 5, and we can do 4 at 200. So basically, 1,170. And then again, these are all going to be soldier 8s. So basically, that's where this comes into effect. A level 8 is how many points? 42 points. 42, 42. So like I said, it's going to be a very fast-paced video. This one is going to be, it's very simple to do. Um, and here, what we're going to do, I'm going to go down, I'll probably go down to where this ends. And we're just going to do comma, and we're going to just do that. Okay. We don't need to do it with anything else because nothing else is going to have a lot of numbers. This is really the only one that might have a lot of numbers. And then we go over here. This is where the math happens. So I'm going to look at the spreadsheet just to see what it has us doing. So it's timesing in, it's times and times. Okay. So basically, the math is going to happen over here. So basically, we're going to take, I'm not 100% sure on this, but we're going to take, okay. So we're going to take how many soldiers we're doing, okay. We're going to times that by how many points, okay. And that's it, right? Because is that right? That's not right. Oh, times, so there should be 3 numbers in this. 1, 2, okay. Maybe it's, oh, I forgot how many times. That's what it is. Oh. You can actually link two different spreadsheets together. I didn't know that, but yeah, you can. So yeah, so we're taking L. So we're taking, okay, I'm looking down at the other one. So we're taking, okay, so we're taking, oh, I'm gonna take, there we go. That's right. So basically, you're gonna just times this. So basically, you're timing this by this by this. And it doesn't matter what order it is in. It doesn't really matter. We have blue, red. You could do it either way. You could do it any other way. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna equal the same amount. So then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this and we go all the way down to here, like we said, and then you get how many points. Okay, so that's how many points we'll get from this generic recruiting. Okay. Then what we want to do is down here, I would say at level 20, we are going to take all these and just add them together. That's where you get that's where when I was telling you, hey, we get this many points for this mission in particular, and then the one below that will be how many you actually need to get it done. Which was 5, 21, 300. And again, that just has to be a little thing here. So that's pretty much this spreadsheet done. Now, there's a few things I want to add to the spreadsheet. And this is what I was also talking about in the video. So say we are doing all this recruiting, and I want to know how many units I'm getting, right? Well, that's pretty simple. So basically, this I think I'll do on here, this line here on the same level as that level 20. So we're gonna start here, okay? And if you just say how many times you're doing it, so say we did 5, then you're gonna take how many times you can, like what your recruiting rate is, which for us is this. And again, I'm gonna just do this here just to make it easier and ask you what I'm gonna just do is I think I wouldn't have more than probably that many. So that means that these are all the same. Okay, and then you're just going to times it. So you're going to do a sum of that and that, but instead of that, you're going to just do, I think it's just the times, which you'll get 550. So basically, you're just going to basically copy and paste this over and over until, oops, until you get to the end of the line, which I'm going to say here. And then what we can just do is say, okay, how many did we recruit? So we're just going to take these ones here and just hit that. So if that's how many we recruited, that's how many we get. But the nice thing is, say we did only, now this is where we'll have to physically put in. So we did 5, okay, and then we did 4 at 200. So this could just be zeroed out. You know, you don't have to have numbers here. But that's where I got the enough points that we could do it, and I showed off how to cancel units. If you want to know how to cancel units, that's how you know. So pretty much, this is how many points we got during this particular mission because I had an old spreadsheet that I have up right now. And basically, with this spreadsheet, I can say, okay, this account in particular, our main account that we do all the videos are, this is how many we need to do to get this mission done. And then I can do that and easily get it done and get it up, and get the either I can get the points or whatever. So like I said in the video, I was going to do a new spreadsheet of recruiting, and this is that spreadsheet. So recruiting is like one of the easiest ones to do, and also like I said, I mentioned that I did an attack one, but I haven't it got messed up somehow. I guess I never uploaded it, and I did a recruiting one or gather resources instead of that one. So I removed that video off of YouTube. It's not there anymore. But it's still up. It's just unlisted because it made no sense. It was the second video of the same mission. So I will be doing a video on that as well, and that's a very simple calculation as well. But I'm going to wait until that mission starts so I can show it off. I've done this one before, but this one is a little bit more updated. So like I said, we have the soldier. Basically, this doesn't really have to be here. I just put it here just so you know. But basically, the soldier number, this is the version of the soldier. So basically, a level 8 is 42 points. If the next one will be a level 9, which will be 70 points, which will be nice. So depending on the barracks size, the barracks recruiting will depend on which one you can do. So some of my other accounts cannot do level 8s. They only do level 7s and 6s. So again, those accounts need more recruiting time. And that's where the spreadsheet comes into effect. If I know, hey, I need more time with the recruiting part, then I would just basically do it again. But that is going to do it for this particular video. Hopefully this will help you out with at least recruiting. Like I said, later on this week, we'll also probably be doing every time there's a mission coming out, doing what I just did. If it's gather resources, obviously, I'll talk about how the gather resource ones are, and then I'll come back and I'll do a video, and then I'll show you like what did we gather during that time already compared to what I've done before in the past. So again, this is just a quick overview of how the spreadsheet you can create your own if you wanted to. You can use this one I just created in front of you. Basically, how many times, what you recruit. So if you can recruit more, you put the number in here. And then what points? Level 8. Okay, that's soldier. 8. How many points? Okay, that's 42. Obviously, if you have a higher count, then you can recruit a higher material. Makes sense, right? So, like I said, the more you can recruit, the better. The less you have to do. Now, I know there might be some lines. There's not. Okay, it's just the window size. There might be some lines in here, but that's just because of OBS and something. But yeah, so that's how you do the spreadsheet here, and then you just times this by this by this, and you don't have times soldier. I just put that there just so I know. Okay, this is how many soldier. This is the level of soldier I can do. That's just purely there just so I can say, okay, it's a level 8. So how much is level 8? 42 points. So that doesn't have to be there if you know how many soldiers you have. But for me, I like to say, okay, it's a level 8. I know how many points that is. But this is going to help me out a lot. Even with the new account, the guide series. Having this, knowing, okay, that new account in particular, like I said, if I just, and the nice thing about it is I can just copy and paste this into a new document, and I can just rename these as whatever I wanted to. So that new one, if I just zero these out, okay, we know that that new one can do 800 or 800. So if I was now, I don't know what when he can recruit, but we have one barracks. Okay, we got 1 and 4. I know that. Okay, so that one barracks, depending on, we know how much we can recruit. We just don't know what the recruit. I think it's a 7 and a 6. I don't quote me on this. It's just for pure sake. Um, so that would be 30 points for that one and 20 points for that one. So right there, if this was the particular one, it would be 88,000 points. Now again, that account does not need the 520 that this account would need. It would need less. And then again, if you just come down here and you do, we got 1 at 800, and then 4 at 800, and then if I just zero this out and this out, right? These are just, just templates. I might have to add more, but right there, that is 4,000 units. So with that, knowing how many points you need will help you out with the recruitment mission in particular. I don't know how many, like I said, like it could be like, so if I do this 4 times, okay, at the level, and then I need to do it 4 times here for 200 at level 7 at 30, right? Because I want to keep them the same. And then if I do roughly, because it's 800, oops, 800 and level 6s, again, level 6s are 20 points, and again, eventually I will get better recruiting. I'm thinking this is the one it's at. And if we do 8, that's a lot of points. That might not even get the mission done. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if you do 4 there and you do 204 there, that's 4,000 points. That's 4,000 units right there. And then the nice thing about this is if I do 8 and they're 800, that gives me 64,000. So that's 2 more times after that. And then after that, you do, say, 4 at 200 at level 6 is in 20. That gives us that many points. So again, it really depends on how much you can recruit. Um, and again, if I just zero this out, 8. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it tells you how many points you'll get and how many units, which I do like. How many units are you gonna get? I don't know. So this is gonna help out a lot. So that's 4,000, right? So if I go ahead and I put in the 800, that's 6,400, and another 200 for that one. And if I just my headset shut off. If I just do this, okay, so that's 72,000 points for these two alone. So, depending on how many points I need, that might be enough. But I have a feeling that it's going to be need more. But the nice thing about this is, with this recruiting page, I can say, okay, it's this many points for this many units, and I'll be doing a video on the guide series after I do this video and produce it and all that. So I'll be talking about, hey, the spreadsheet that we just did, this is how many points we'll get, and this is how many times we need to do it to get it done, since it's the recruit time. Also, with the guide series, I like to put the ones I already have made and put them in like a hibernation type thing. But yeah, so knowing this, we got the 4, we got the 1. Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, 4, 1, that's 1,000. That should be it. Let me double check this here. So if I just do this, that's 4,000. So again, that and that equals this, depending on how many points it needs. So it really depends on how many points you need to get the mission done. And that's where it really does come to an effect, hey, this might have to be doubled. This 8 and 8. So then it might be more units, you know. But we do know that we can do with 4 marches. And maybe we change this to 3. And then this down to 3. And then that's only 7,000, and that's 11,000 units. So it just depends on how many units you actually need to get that 1,000, or to get the mission done. Yes, granted, I'd like to get less units, because then I have less of a potential of losing units, but then you don't get the mission done. So like I said, if I, like I said, in the spreadsheet that I just did, you can see how the spreadsheet will actually calculate how many points you need, how many units you'll get now, because that's something new. I did not have that in the old spreadsheet. If you look back, it was just, this is how many units you'll get, and that's it. So now we can actually see, oh wait, this is how many we're actually recruiting. This is how many units we're actually getting, either what level it is or whatever. So like I said, level 4's 800. We're getting this many units in that. That's going to help out with at least the guide series to know how many I'm actually recruiting as well. Because I like to keep the units in check with how much I can have. I don't want to have a lot. I've only lost a few thousand in that account, but still. Losing units is not good. But yeah, that is going to do it for this particular video of recruiting. The recruiting page, if you want to call it, spreadsheet page. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and like I said, we'll be doing more videos like this in the week to come. Like I said, we'll do one for recruiting, or we just did one for recruiting. We'll do one for attacking monsters, which is a very simple one as well, and then also the gather, which will be a little bit longer video than this one for sure, because there's a lot of formula involved in that. And attack monsters, there's kind of formulas, but not much. But like pretty much, you just put the name up here, and then you can have different ones for each account that you have. So like I said, that's how it's gonna go. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I know that the last video that I just did just got done. So we will be looking for another video like this one. So until my next War and Order video, which like I said be later on, I'll be doing a recruiting in the guide series, and also doing some face and invasion stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed that stuff. Until then, I'm yet to say my normal say my videos, and that is bye bye for now.